Hello everybody and welcome back to SkySaga Alpha 8. Sorry I have been away for the past couple of weeks. I've been a little bit busy and just doing a few other things out in real life. But yeah, that is all over now, and also the devs have announced that SkySaga Alpha 8 is coming to a close, and coming to a close on Thursday, which is really quite exciting. So we're going to be going around today and we're going to be finishing up a few bits and pieces and getting ourselves ready to go over and move over to Alpha 9, because there's a few things that we can do around here to make lives, or make our lives a little easier when we actually do get into Alpha 9. So let's get out of this mode and have a bit of a look around here. So this is my home island. This hasn't really had much done to it. Obviously we put down this big chest. I'm not even sure if I did this on camera or not. I think I did, because I did it as a blueprint all the way back when we were first starting to look at blueprints and all of the cool stuff that you could do with them. So yeah, this is a blueprint that I created. Actually, I should probably even go collect some money for that as well, because I may have got some money for these blueprints and stuff. Anyway, this place I am not sure about. I'm probably going to end up saving it, but it may just be a case of saving it to keep all of those logs and all of that iron so we can rebuild this on our new home island over in Alpha 9. Now, the thing that has changed is that all of the islands that are made public before the end of the alpha are going to be saved. So basically we're going to pop out all of our title deeds that we've got here, and we're going to publish all of them, and we're also going to place down a few blocks here and there. So I've got some blocks in here, stuff like the Darkstone and the Heartstone that I want to keep hold of, and also all of this iron as well, these iron blocks. So I'm going to place all of those down on one of my islands and then publish it, and we're going to leave it there, and hopefully that will be useful to us come next alpha. We're also going to do the same with some of these sands and leaves and things. Now, there's not a lot we can do about any of the other stuff. We can place down the decor items and they will get saved across, but I'm really not too keen on doing that, just because at the moment these things cost, and they cost settlers dust stuff, which is kind of annoying. So if the settlers dust does not exist in the next game, in Alpha 9, then things will be cheaper. So hopefully we don't do that, and we don't have any settlers dust in Alpha 9, and that would just make life a lot easier. So yeah, there's not a lot we can do about saving some of this stuff, so all of this stuff is going to be reset. But that is a good thing, because with this new alpha, I'm sure there are going to be new mastery quest chains, or at least tweaks and changes to the mastery quest chains, and there'll be changes to the biomes and all of that kind of stuff. So we want to go out and explore more, because there'll be more new stuff to explore. So anyway, this place is actually looking pretty good. I don't think there's much I'm going to really do around here. If we have a look in my islands here, you see that I actually do have quite a list of islands built up now. So I've got a temple, which is one of the ones we worked on ages ago. We do need to go and make that a public island. I didn't realize I'd still left that as a private island. So that's one we need to go and have a look at. The Desert Wilderness, I don't think I ever built anything over there. I think that was just a material gathering island. The Ice Workshop that we went and had a look at last week, or last video, that one is quite cool. Kind of literally. We do need to just make sure that is all good and ready to go. And then we've also got the Forest Wilderness, which we set up as a PvP island for a little PvP tutorial with Tand at one point, which is a really cool little island, and I'll probably keep hold of that just for materials, I think. And then of course we have the Wastelands, which I've renamed to Chasm, and of course that needs to go over and become public as well. So lots and lots of things we're going to do today. I think the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over to the Jungle Temple, make any changes that need to happen to that temple happen, and then we're going to go through, make that public, and move on. I also need to use up the scroll that I have with me. We're going to take this island with us as well. Not really for any particular reason, but just because we can, pretty much. So anyway, let's move over to the temple, have a bit of a look around, and then start publishing things. Alright, so this is the temple island. Now, for those of you who don't remember what we did here, we basically built out a ghost temple, essentially by using this kind of ghostly effect on uncompleted blueprints to create a little stepping stone and a little cloud, and then we have our own little temple up the top here, which is completely empty, of course, but it just looks really, really cool. Now, I really wish that we could actually stick around here until nighttime, because this thing looks amazing at nighttime. Just really, really good. Unfortunately, that's probably not going to happen. We really do need to just kind of publish a few islands and move on through. Now, it's going to be interesting to see what happens to this island when it goes across to public, and then, of course, when it goes across to Alpha 9, because not only is it flooded with blueprints, which apparently aren't being copied across, but it also has this chest down here, which is full of stuff. Now, I'm assuming the contents of this chest is going to disappear, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to use this chest when I come back here in Alpha 9. But I guess we'll have to find out on that one. So it's time to click the tick and publish this guy up, get this ready for Alpha 9. Basically use this as a little experiment to see how this island save thing actually works, and yeah, what it all does, really. I mean, worst case scenario, we're going to end up with a nice big hill with a set of stairs going up to the top of it and nothing else, but that will be kind of a nice little base for something else that we could end up building. So, you know, always good to have a few options here and there. Alright, let's get Sky published up, sorted out, and ready to go, because I don't really need to make any changes. I did have to make a change to this a little while ago, but that was just shifting that temple a little bit because it fell outside the boundary area and I didn't realize. So here we go, we're going to make this island public, and just like that, the island has been made public. Perfect. There we go, that is one down. Let us... I don't think we need to go do the ice workshop. We've seen that enough times, so we're going to head on through to the wastelands. Have a quick little tour around there for those of you who haven't seen that. I mean, it has been a few weeks since I've been there, and then we'll make that guy public as well and move on through. So here we go with the wastelands biome. Now this, of course, is designed to be an adventure, so to make this kind of fair and nice, I'm going to take off some of my settlers gear. I'm going to walk through this guy and have a bit of a look around, just so that I know that this thing is actually okay to be public and people can still get places without having to actually be able to fly around. Now, obviously, because this is an adventure, we start off in a little area down the bottom there. I did want to make a quick change to that. We need to go down there, I think, with a few more black and blue blocks and just kind of extend out the landing pad area. So this, of course, is the little like shack thing that you pop up in. Come up here and you're just seeing gravel as far as the eye can see. We're not going to go too far that way because, of course, the gravel does run out, because I did run out of gravel. I really do need to spend a few hours collecting up a load of gravel. I'll probably end up just kind of stockpiling it somewhere and saving it for Alpha 9. But I won't do any of that on camera because that is probably going to be a little bit boring for you guys to watch. So we'll just we'll leave that for in between episodes and things. Now, this guy here, of course, is the main adventure. We have our nice little chasm running all the way down with the lava in the bottom. I haven't yet done the tutorial for the lava, of course. I was supposed to put that up today, but with the announcement that SkySaga Alpha 9 is coming this week, I thought it was better to push that tutorial back a little bit, show off what I'm doing to finalize things, and then I'll do that tutorial in Alpha 9 when I know what changes have been made and I know that you guys will actually be able to use the tutorial and actually make really cool looking stuff with it. So anyway, we've got a nice little cave down in here. Jump up through here and we'll go into the blacksmithing room, which I just love this. I love the little barricades. I'm so glad that they gave those to us and allowed us to use those. I might even actually do that and make a few of the things that have been a bit rarer going through. So I'll make a lot more like stalagmites and stalactites and things and just plop those down all over this island, just so that I can store them up and use them when I need to use them in the next alpha. Because basically that's what allowing us to save islands has done, is it's kind of going to let me kickstart Alpha 9 a little bit and actually make it so that yeah, we can get started and make a really strong start really quickly into the next alpha, which will be great because I am looking forward to a very productive alpha. And we'll head on up through here. Obviously just gone through the dining hall down there, which I really like now. I'm starting to like it more and more. I did have my doubts about it at first, but it's come together quite well. Down in here, we've got a few bedrooms. These guys never really got completed. I didn't find any of the, enough of the recipes I needed to finish these guys off. But that's okay. Like I said, this guy's going to be saved, so we'll be able to come back here at some other point in time and finish all of this stuff off, which will be nice. Be really good. I'm actually quite pleased with that. It's going to be the first alpha where I've got stuff to do right off the bat, and I've got islands saved and stuff ready to go. It's going to be good. I am really excited and really keen. So here we go, nice little archery range, and of course our fighting pit out the back here, complete with wool. I don't know who put the wool there. It may have been Boomkin, to be perfectly honest. But, you know, that is what happens when Boomkin comes and tours your island. So yeah, there we go. And then down the bottom here, we do have the boss fight area and the end chest. I still need to get one more of those guys and stick it down over there. But once again, that's going to be a thing that we do off camera. Now, that's all well and good. People should be able to make their way through that. Now, the other thing that is going on is if you fall into the lava up there, you can wander down to here and jump up onto this platform. It shouldn't be too bad at all. Nice and simple, really. So we're going to fly on up out of here. There's not much more going on this island. Obviously, a lot of prep work had to be made to get this island to this condition. And then, of course, over here, we've got our nice little broken tower, which I think looks quite cool. And we've got a nice little island slammed into the side of it, which, yeah, I like that a lot. I'm quite glad, actually, that I ended up building this tower in the wrong spot and having to adjust the plan. Because sometimes, yeah, really cool things come from kind of accidentally stuffing something up and having to roll with whatever you're left with. So, yeah, there we go. This place is really cool as well. So we are going to kind of stand up over here. These little side islands, of course, I've done a bit of prep work to them as well. Made them look a little bit more wastelandsy. Started putting some gravel down and all that kind of stuff. I've done that for most of them just because when I knocked all the dirt off, these hanging logs kind of looked a bit weird and out of place. So I decided to go through and start placing some gravel down just so that didn't look quite as weird and just hanging in the middle of the air, unlike that guy, which is just hanging in the middle of the air right now. Anyway, yeah, here we go. That is it for this island. We're going to go through and give this one a quick publish. Once we've done that, we'll move on and we'll start prepping an island full of materials ready to go for Alpha 9. Okay, so here it is. This is the last island that we're going to go through and publish, or maybe the second to last island, because there is one more that we're going to go and have a look at, and that's what all of this blue stone up here is for. So these guys here are obviously just piles and piles of different materials. So all over here we have lots of metal and sand and things and stone, and let's have a bit of metal over here as well. I've got some leaves I don't really know what I'm going to do with, but hey, it's better to have them than to not have them. And of course, got all of this white sand, which is going to be good for making windows and things, because white windows are probably the best. They are the clearest and they're easiest to see through. So that will be good for when we come back here and we attempt to, yeah, basically eventually we're going to go back and do the metro type thing that we were doing before, the city that we started on in the last Alpha 7. So we're going to go back and do that again at some point, and we're obviously going to need a lot of white sand to do that, so that's why all of this stuff is here. Other than that, this island is not very exciting. We're probably, like I said, just going to publish this guy up and move on through to the final island. And the final island is actually a desert one. It's this desert wilderness, because I have remembered exactly what that guy is for. Okay, so here it is. This is the desert wilderness. Now, this guy is actually the tutorial island. Now, didn't obviously do too many tutorials here, but I had originally planned to, and I used it for a couple of small tutorials here and there. I also used it for a bit of experimentation and testing and those type of things. So obviously I plan on keeping this island because of course it would be a good idea to have somewhere that we can bust out and start doing tests and tutorials on for the next alpha, because if you haven't seen it, there is some really cool stuff coming. And like I said, if you haven't seen it, it would probably be best to go through and check out some of the streams and things that they've been doing on Facebook. There's also been some of the content posted on Twitter as well. And all I can say is that Alpha 9 is going to be absolutely amazing. There is some really cool stuff coming, and there is going to be a whole bunch of tutorials from me. So we're going to need a lot of this area out here. We're going to need this whole thing filled in. So I've got the blue stone with me. We're going to fill this whole area in. Obviously, I'm not going to do this all on camera. I will kind of do cuts, and we'll probably do a cut. Basically not make you guys sit through too much of this. But yeah, like I said, we're going to get this big pad built out so that we've got a lot of area that we can work with once we get through into Alpha 9, so that we can start on some really cool projects basically as soon as we get in, because like I said, there are some really cool new features, and I am seriously excited to get in and show you guys those, start some tutorials and all of that good stuff. Alright, so yeah, I'm just going to quickly finish filling this place out. There we go, that's what all of that blue stone has got me. It's got me a relatively decent sized pad, so that is a good start. Obviously, when we go through to Alpha 9, we can expand this as needed. So we're just going to leave this exactly as it is. I'm even going to leave the floating stuff here. I'm pretty sure all of that is going to disappear as we go through into Alpha 9. But hey, might as well leave it there, and yeah, we'll see what it is and, you know, how it all goes as we come back through here in Alpha 9. Anyway, that is going to be it for this episode. That is also going to be it for Alpha 8. I hope you guys have enjoyed that one. Yeah, now that everything's kind of back to normal for me, all of my recording schedule stuff is going to go back to being relatively normal, relatively the same as it has been before. Of course, there will probably be an episode out this Friday evening, if I can get it done in time. Just because, of course, we're going to have the brand new alpha coming through. So I am going to be really excited, and I'm going to play a whole bunch. Probably even going to record the kind of getting started introduction section of the game, all the tutorial and stuff, and post that up on the Friday. But I don't know, I'll see how we go on that one. There will definitely be a video out on Friday if there is not one, on Saturday if there is not one on Friday. And then, of course, we will kick off next week with a Tuesday tutorial. We'll go back to doing the adventures on the Thursday, and we will go back to doing the building on the Saturday the following week. So yeah, there we go. That is all what's going to come up at the end of this week and the start of next week. So I hope you, like I said, I hope you guys have enjoyed that one. It feels good to be back, and I will see you in Alpha 9.